Are you ready?
Welcome. This video presentation is brought to Yaobi Group 5.
Hello everyone, my name is Tantin Demo with an enrollment number 243 and I will be presenting on the financial risks. Financial risks are the possibility of loss of money on the investment or the business venture. It is also a type of danger that could result in the loss of capital of a business. And it is the possibility that the company's cash flow will prove it to be inadequate in order to meet its financial obligations. All in all, the main concept that you need to have here is that financial risks are the risks that are associated with the financial aspects of a business. Now let's go on with the types of financial risks.
Hello everyone, I am Pasang Doji with enrollment number 151. As we all understand the meaning of a financial risk, now I am going to talk about the type of financial risks. First of all, the credit risks. Credit risks, when we hear the word credit risks, we can understand that the problem is regarding the borrowing of money between the two parties, that is a borrower and a lender. In simple, credit risk is a possibility of losses resulting from the borrower failure to repay the loan or a debt or to meet the contractual obligation. Credit risk is a risk incurred in the business by extending the credit to their customer. Credit risk is also refers to the credit owned by companies to their supplier. It is necessary that company must handle their own credit risks by ensuring there is always a sufficient cash flow to repay their accounts payable on time. Number 2, we have a liquidity risk. Liquidity risk is a risk where the individual or a company does not have enough cash to meet its financial obligation, like a financial obligation like pay the debt on the time. Liquidity risks include the asset liquidity and operational funding liquidity. Asset liquidity refers to which the company can convert its asset into the cash when it is needed in the company, and the operational funding liquidity risk is reference to the daily cash flow. Number 3, we have for operational risks. Operational risk is a risk that arise in a company from the ordinary business activities. Example like fail in the processes of a company, fail in the system, or the event that disturb the daily operations of a business or a company. Operational risks category includes lawsuit, personal problems, and other problems that are inadequate for the business.
Hello, my name is Sunam with the enrollment number 250. Now I'm going to explain on the financial risks for investment. Under the financial risks for investment, there is 2 risks: economy risks, inflation risks. Economy risks refers to the uncertainties in our economy, such as recession, change in GDP, and change in consumer spending habits. For example, during the recession, where there is significantly reduction in the economic activity, where there will be less production of goods and services, will reduce the profits of business, which will in turn reduce the investment returns to the investor. Next risk is inflation risk. Inflation risk arises when the rate of inflation is higher than expected. This means that the purchasing power of the money will be reduced over a time. So inflation will erode the real value of the investment return. Next, I'm going to explain factoring in financial risks. Firstly, factoring means it is the financial transaction in which the business sells account receivable or invoice to the third party at a discount rate. Factoring in the finance is considered as an immediate source of capitals, and it is equivalent to the exchange of account receivables to the factors. Factoring in financial risks. Factoring in financial risks means taking the consideration of possibility of losing money on investment and the business value due to common and distinct financial risks such as liquidity, credits, and the operational risks. Factoring in financial risks helps individuals and organizations to make informed choices to protect the financial well-being and to achieve the organization goals. I'm going to explain on contingency plan. Contingency plan is a strategic plan that is created by executive or high management to help the business tackle the unfavorable events that may or may not happen in the future. Contingency plan is put in place to tackle the business risks, fasten the disaster recovery, and to ensure the smooth functioning of the business process.
Coming up, we will be covering the factors of contingency plan. Greetings, I am test student with an enrollment number of 247 and I will be taking you through the factors of contingency plan. It includes probability, consideration, government regulation and goals. Environmental factors that may increase or decrease the probability of an event. Understanding the probability helps prioritize which contingency to plan for and allocate resources accordingly. Secondly, the consideration. When creating a contingency plan, careful consideration is essential. This includes evaluating the potential impact of various contingency on operations, finance, and personnel. Secondly, the balancing the cost of preparedness with the potential consequences of not having a plan. Thirdly, taking into account the ethical and legal obligations towards the employees, customers, and the community. Effective consideration ensures that the contingency plan is comprehensive and responsible. Thirdly, the government regulation. Government regulation can significantly influence the content and the execution of contingency plan. Relevant factors include identifying and complying with the specific regulation that apply to the industry or the location. Secondly, adhering to safety and environment standards set by the authorities, understanding the requirements in case of certain emergencies. The last factor of contingency plan is goal. In the context of contingency plan, the ultimate goal is to ensure the business continuity and minimize disruption in the face of unexpected events. Factors related to goals include, firstly, clearly identify objectives for the plan such as minimizing downtime, protecting assets, and ensuring employee safety. Secondly, setting measurable benchmark to track the plan's effectiveness. Aligning contingency goals with the overall strategic objectives of the organization. Goals provide a sense of purpose and direction in executing the contingency plan. When creating a contingency plan, these factors should be carefully considered and integrated to ensure a comprehensive and effective response of the unforeseen events. Moving on, the subsequent topic that we have is the importance of contingency plan.
Everyone, my name is Tins Norbu and my enrollment number is 259. I'll present on the importance of contingency plan. The first point is it helps minimize damage. Contingency plans are designed to prepare organization for unforeseen events or disasters. They outline specific steps to be taken when these events occur, and it helps to minimize the potential damage, disruption to operations effectively, and mitigate the negative impact of crisis. And point number 2 is it improves reactivity. The primary reason for planning is to improve reactivity it brings to the table. As a contingency plan clearly lays actions, steps one need to take to overcome the obstacles, one can quickly react to the situation without thinking about it too much or panicking. Third point is bounce back quickly. Since you know exactly what to do when such disaster strikes, you can quickly tackle any challenges and bounce back to normal in no time. Contingency plans therefore ensure you progress is not hampered for longer than necessary. And the fourth point is it gives you confidence. Once you have a plan in place for tackling any kind of challenges life throws at your way, things become a lot easier to handle, and having a contingency plan in your place helps you boost you and your team's confidence, as you already know what to do in such cases and what to do if such disaster strikes. Being prepared reduces such risks and fear if such uncertainty occurs in near future.
Now he will be explaining on the advantages and disadvantages of factoring in financial risks and contingency plan.
Hello everyone, my name is Ngom Penjo with the NR number 144. So I'll be taking you through the advantages and disadvantages of factoring in financial risks and contingency plan. Advantages: number 1, risk mitigation; number 2, stakeholder confidence; number 3, financial stability; number 4, improved decision making. Now, disadvantages: number 1, overemphasizes on risks; number 2, uncertainty; number 3, resource intensive.
Number 1, we have risk mitigation. Risk mitigation means reduction in risk, which means that when a company focuses on the factors that increases the risk of the company tends to focuses more on that factors, whereby they reduces the risk of the company.
Number 2, we have stakeholders confidence. Stakeholders like investors, lenders, shareholders, they will build their confidence as the company focuses more on reducing the risk of the company. Hence, the stakeholders will build confidence towards the company. Number 3, financial stability. Company focuses more on the factors that causes increase in the financial risk of the company. So when the company focuses more on the factors that causes increase in the financial risk, company can reduce by focusing more on the factors that causes the increase in the financial risk of the company. Hence, it maintains financial stability of the company. Contingency plan is used during the unplanned event. So the company does not have to maintain additional resources for the unplanned event. So, and hence it maintains a financial stability of the company. Number 4, improve decision making. So contingency plan is also called as emergency plan, or it is a plan in order to operate unplanned event. During such kind of situation, company does not have to arrange additional resources in order to operate unplanned event. So subsequently, contingency plan is also a roadmap for in order to operate unplanned event. Hence, these are the advantages of factoring in financial risks and contingency plan.
Now, let me take you to the disadvantages of factoring in financial risks and contingency plan. Number 1, overemphasizes on risks. When a company focuses on the factors of risks, the company loses some of the opportunities. Hence, this is one of the disadvantages for the company. Number 2, uncertainty. Contingency plan is based on assumptions and predictions of the company. It is based on the unplanned event, so we never know that it would happen or not. So this is one of the disadvantages for the company.
Number 3, resource intensive. So contingency plan, in order to operate the contingency plan, it requires resource intensive, whereby if the contingency plan does not have to be operated in the company, which means that contingency plan is based on the prediction and assumption. If the company does not have to operate the contingency plan, it would be loss for the company. Hence, it is one of the disadvantages for the company.
To give you a brief history about Bhutan's financial system, Bhutan's financial system is relatively small and the country has a robust regulatory framework for its financial institution. However, Bhutan is a developing country and it is sensitive to economic volatility and the external forces that affects the financial system of Bhutan. Additionally, being dependent on India for trade and transaction, it is very sensitive to the fluctuations of Indian rupee and economy. Thank you for your time and attention today. We hope that this presentation has provided you with valuable insights and has sparked further curiosity about financial risks and contingency plan. If you have any questions or would like to discuss any aspect in more detail, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.